Let's read this Bible story about the call of Samuel. This takes place in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1 through chapter 3. There was a certain man from Ramathaim, a Zophite from the hill country of Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah. He had two wives. One was called Hannah, and the other Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. Year after year this man went up from his town to worship and to sacrifice to the Lord Almighty at Shiloh, where the two sons of Eli were priests of the Lord. Once, when they had finished eating and drinking at Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Now Eli the priest was sitting on a chair by the doorpost of the Lord's temple. In bitterness of soul, Hannah wept and prayed to the Lord. And she made a vow, saying, O Lord Almighty, if you will look upon your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head. So in the course of time, Hannah conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, Because I asked the Lord for him. After he was weaned, she took the boy with her, young as he was, along with a 3-year-old bull and an ephah of flour and a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. And she said to Eli, I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. Some years later, a prophet came to Shiloh. He told Eli that calamity would strike his house, and that his 2 wicked sons would die. One night, the lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord where the ark of God was. Then the Lord called Samuel. Samuel answered, Here I am. And he ran to Eli. But Eli said, I did not call. Go lie back down. This happened 2 more times. And Eli realized that it was God calling Samuel. So he told Samuel to answer God. The Lord came and stood there calling, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel said, Speak, for your servant is listening. And the Lord said to Samuel, I will carry out against Eli everything I spoke against his family. His sons made themselves contemptible, and he failed to restrain them. Eli called him and said, Do not hide from me. So Samuel told him everything. The Lord was with Samuel as he grew up, and all of Israel from Dan to Beersheba recognized that Samuel was attested as a prophet of the Lord. Understanding the story. Hannah's situation recalls the stories of Sarah, Rebekah, and the mother of Samson. Because God intervenes to end the misery of barrenness, in all 4 cases a child is born who has a special relationship with God and who fulfills a special purpose. Samuel is to be God's prophet. Thank you, Lord, for your word. Come on back tomorrow, and we'll do it again.